Hey there. How is everybody's day going? Mine is going quite well. And it's going quite well because I start my day pretty much the same way each and every day. And I start that way each and every day because it kind of sets me up to have a better day. I used to jump up out of bed. I had my alarm actually set across the room. So it forced me to get out of bed instead of just hitting the snooze button. So I would get up, hit the alarm, make a quick left to the bathroom, hit the shower, get dressed, out the door I went. And I squeezed in every moment of sleep that I possibly could, getting up at the last possible second. But you see, what happens is my entire day is just running, 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 running. Just, that rat race of life, as they call it. And I was busy, very, very, very busy. But I wasn't too busy to squeeze alcohol into my life. And I thought that alcohol was the fuel that literally kept me going. It's what I needed, it's what I deserved, it's what I earned. What I found in sobriety and in recovery was that I needed to start my day a little bit different. I needed to kind of get grounded in my day. Because here's the thing, when the day goes off the rails, as days will, I needed a place to go back to. In those moments, alone, doing my morning reading, my morning meditation, some morning prayer, if you will, whatever that morning routine looked like to put my head in a better space. That's what I needed in those moments where, holy shit, what the fuck is going on? I don't know what to do. Because those moments happen. How I respond to them is a whole lot different than it was when I was drinking. And how I respond to them today is up to me. My first initial thought can't be like, holy shit, I don't like this, I need something to drink. Or this is way too uncomfortable, I can't deal with this. My first thought, not my responsibility necessarily, but the way I respond to that thought, that is my responsibility. So what I do in the morning is, and this is strange because I was not a prayerful person growing up and prior to sobriety, but it's weird. The more I practice it, the more it just becomes kind of natural. So it's almost like the moment my eyes open in the morning, like I'm saying a couple of prayers, and who am I praying to? I don't know, but I do know that there is something. I choose to call that higher power, that, guiding force of the universe, whatever you want to refer to it as, but I choose to call my higher power God. And I say some prayers, and they're usually the same, right? I kind of do like the Lord's Prayer and the Serenity Prayer. And sometimes I just say the Serenity Prayer quite a few times. And then when I'm ready to lift my head up off the pillow, I get up. And then I go start making a cup of coffee. And while my coffee is brewing, I start my daily readings. And my daily readings, after my daily readings, after I reflect on those for a couple minutes, I do a gratitude list. Sometimes I write it down, and I suggest writing it down. I don't always write it down. I'm not the best at writing it down, and I need to get back into that. So here I'm holding myself accountable. I need to start writing my gratitude list down again. Saying them into my head and writing them down are two different things. So what I usually do and what I suggest to people is just three things that you're grateful for today. What am I grateful for today? And they can be mine, or like my number one is always the same. I'll tell you that right now. My top of my list every single day is my sobriety and my recovery, because anything that comes after that, it just wouldn't exist in my life. So my sobriety and my recovery. Second one, a lot of the times it could be my kids and my family and my loved ones. I'm grateful for them today. And then the third one, sometimes it's as simple as, man, this fucking cup of coffee is good today. So it can be anything, whatever comes in your head, whatever you're grateful for, whatever you have in your life, no matter how small it may be, write it down. And I can promise you, the practice of doing this on a daily basis, on a regular basis, it just becomes a part of your life. And life is a whole lot better when it's rooted in gratitude. So my morning routine, just about the same every day. And I do these things, like I said, because it kind of grounds me in a better place when I go out and face the world. And I can respond to situations a lot better than just reacting to them. I was very reactionary, and if I'm not practicing these things on a regular basis, I can become reactionary. And I can tell you this, it doesn't work out well, sober or not sober. Acting out, in what I think is right and they're wrong, I'm right, that kind of shit, it doesn't serve me, and it doesn't serve anybody around me either. So I just kind of wanted to hop on here, put some of my thoughts out there. If this helped you, awesome. You know, if it didn't, if it helped you and you think it can help somebody else, please share it with them. If you ever feel like you need to just like get something off your mind, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always available. Much love to you all.